Okay. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, last class we were seeing literals and values, right? So I hope you understood what is literal and what is value. Yeah, yes, literal or values are similar, same it is. Okay, and if we see literals are values stored inside the variable or identifier. The values which are assigning to right hand side is nothing but the literal. Also, we can call literals are something uh, which are entered by a programmer, or we can say keep it programmer or application user, you can say, or application user to real time applications. Okay, and they are classified into some categories. Like for name, what type of literal it is? String literal. For numbers we have integer literal. For height we have float literal. For mathematical equation like 20 plus 3j, these are what? Complex literal. Similarly also we have true or false, that is boolean literal. So totally we have 14 types of data types. Among them 14 literals we can have. Okay, 14 types of literal we can have. Literals are nothing but values. So 14 types of values we can store inside the particular variable. Got it? Let's start with what is variable here. What do you understand by variable here? Stores the values, right? So I will write once the application user enters the data from the keyboard, okay, to program. It is the responsibility of the programmer to store. It is the responsibility of the programmer to store the data in the form of okay, identifier ident okay, store in the form of identifier, or we can say variables. Okay, form of identifiers, or we can say variables. So once a application users enters the any kind of data from the keyboard, it is whose responsibility it is? The programmer responsibility to store that particular data inside what? Either identifier, or both are same only. We can store inside the variable or identifier. Okay, so hence I can say, hence all the literals, or we can say values, or data, I can say data, are being stored, or I would say are must to be stored in the main memory, right? In the main memory. And main memory is stored what type of data? Temporary or permanent? Temporary or permanent? Permanent data. Main memory stores temporary or permanent data? Your hard disk will store temporary data or permanent data? And your RAM stores what type of data? Temporary data it stores. ROM stores permanent data, but RAM stores what? Temporary data, always, right? That's why I have written, hence all the literals or values or data must be stored inside what? Main memory. and main memory stores temporary data. That means we can change according to our situation, according to our requirement, we can change our data. That's why we are storing where? Inside the main memory. And main memory stores what type of data? Temporary data, not permanent. Temporary data, right? Getting my point? Okay, fine. So, okay, must be stored in the main memory in the form of what? In the form of either identifier, or we can also call it as, or variables. Variables. If we are not storing it, otherwise we will get, we will get, actually we won't get any error. We can't get any, or we can't process the data. Okay, we can't process the data. And there are some rules to define or to declare the variables. Okay, there are some rules to declare the variables. So I will start with the example. I will give you some example, then I will go for the, sorry. Let's suppose here a is equals to, a is equals to 10 I am writing. So what 10 is? 10 is what here? I literal it is. 10 is what? Literal, or we can also call it as value. A is what here? Variable. So a is storing what type of literal? Integer literal. Every time you have to understand this. Okay, then let's suppose I am taking a, b is equals to 20. Okay, so what type of data it is? Again, integer literal it is. Okay, next I will write a plus b. A plus b. If I print this, it will give us what? 30. So for storing one data, for storing two data, and storing the addition of two data also, we can use variable here. If you check, a plus b having two different values, and with the help of this operator, that is nothing but an plus operator. And what plus operator does? Add two values, that could be an integer values, or two string, that could be string value, means concatenation, right? Concatenation means only just merging two data. Okay, if you have Python one data and Java one data, if you if you add both of that, or you can say if you concatenate both of that, then you will get what? Python Java together, right? So that is comes when it comes to string. But for integer numerical type of data, it is going to add the values. How generally we add the values, it is also going to add the values. So this is one kind of example you can consider. Okay, this is all about how to store the value. I will go for definition of variables. Okay, definition of variable. A variable is an identifier, okay, and whose value are changing or varying. What happened? Okay, fine. A variable is an identifier whose value are changing or varying during what? Program execution. During program execution. Or you can also write during execution of the program, right? Fine. Also, now I will start some rules of declaration of variables. Okay, now we will start with the rules of this declaration. Now First rule says whenever we are writing any variable, the variable must and should contain initially alphabet. Okay, initially it should contain alphabets, no special character, no numbers initially, right? So I will say variable names in Python can contain a combination of alphabets and digits, or you can also consider or underscore. Okay, also you can consider what? Underscore symbol. That is also kind of a symbol special symbol. Now but the thing is, here special symbol only can be one underscore, no other symbol can be used as an variable name, right? Let me give you simple example. So let's suppose I am writing something like combination, the combination of see a b c is equals to 1 2 3. You check, this is also possible being executed. Okay. Next, I will write A1 B2 C3 is equals to 1 2 3 or whatever it is. It is also getting executed. Next, if I write A underscore 1, B underscore 2 or C underscore 3, will it execute? Will it execute? Yes, because it is possible to give the combination of alphabets, digits and underscore. Okay, this is possible here. But if I write 1 2 3 ABC is equals to 2 3 4, now because we cannot start with initial letter or initial name of the variable should not start with numbers. Okay, should not start with numbers. So the name must start with either um, alphabets or underscore. So let's see how it is. If I start with underscore ABC is equals to 1 2 3, you check, we are getting executed. Okay. Next is if I write underscore 1 2 3 and I will write is equals to something like Python. Now tell me, execute. Okay, it will execute. Okay, simply because we are starting with underscore and underscore is possible here. Simply it is possible here, right? Fine. So what is the definition of first thing, that we should not, okay, variable variable name in Python can contain a combination of alphabets, numerics and underscore. We can use the combination of this. Second thing it is saying is what? The name must start with either alphabets or underscore. That is the second important thing. So I will give the example here. Let me give this as example. Yes, so here if you check, this is valid. Okay, next this is also valid or not. Now here it is what? Invalid. Why? Starting with the number. Next, this is also valid and this is also valid. This is one thing. Okay. Also, to get the value, okay, one more interesting feature Python has. Now, let's suppose I am taking 10 plus 20, okay, and the answer is 30. Did I store 10 plus 20 somewhere? Did I store somewhere 10 plus 20, addition of 10 plus 20? But I want this 30 here. I want this 30 again. I want to use this 30 one more time. So to use this, I will simply go for underscore. If you check for underscore, what it is storing? Previous returned value. What is the previous returned value? 30. So with the help of this underscore, easily we can extract the previous returned value. It could be the stored value or it could be independent value. Here 30 is independent value. Yes or no? Okay. And if you want to get the independent value, you can easily go for underscore, which is used to store the last returned value, or we can say previous returned value. Last returned value is what? 30 it is. Now if you go for underscore plus 10, tell me what is the answer? 40. We are getting 40. That means this underscore is going to store all the independent values. Okay. Here we are storing the values at a is equals to 10, b is equals to 20, and c is equals to a plus b. But here it is independent. 10 and 20 are independent, and we are adding both of that. So we are getting 30. And this is one of the interview question. If they ask one, take one independent values and store somewhere without using any assignment operator, without using any assignment operator, that means a is equals to 10. We are assigning the 10 value inside what? 10 variable with the help of assignment operator. But the interviewer is asking, don't use any what? Assignment operator. Just I want the last value or return value. What we are getting now? 40. Last return value is what? 40. And what we are getting now? 40. Getting my point? Simple. Okay. So this is one of the interview question you can consider. And this type of tricky question they may ask you anytime. Okay. This is one second rule. Second rule I will say that spatial symbols are allowed or not allowed. Symbols other than underscore are not allowed. Okay. Within variable names. Simple. Let's take example. Okay, now something is coming to you and ready to answer wrong. Okay, fine. Let's go for you have the combination of string, right? Like ABC 1 2 3. Okay, and I will take something like percentage of 20 or 200. Valid or invalid? Why? Percentage is what? Special character. It is not a keyword. Percentage is what? It is a special character. Keywords are something different. It is a reserved word. Keywords are always being a reserved word. Okay. Okay, fine. So percentage is one of the special character here. Simply I will go for ABC and this 1 2 3. Here it is saying what type of error? Name error. What type of error it is? Name error. Okay. Now tell me ABC hash 123. I will write 2000. Valid or invalid? What type of error we should get? Okay, let me take A and hash B 123 is equals to, next I will write, tell me, error, valid or invalid? You just tell me, valid or invalid? Invalid? Everyone says invalid. Check what we are getting. That's why I told you ready to answer wrong. Why we are getting 10? Python has hash symbol as the comment. For commenting anything, we use what? Hash symbol. And we are using A preceded with hash B123 and the values. And PVM is considering whatever we have written after this hash symbol as a comment. And A already we have A where, and what we are getting? 10 we are getting. Okay, combination of, also let's suppose something like 3 4 is equals to, possible not possible, possible not possible. Okay, this is not possible because what it is saying, syntax error, invalid decimal literal. Okay, similarly if I go for ABC, hash of 123 is equals to, okay, is equals to something like, let's take Python. Now you check ABC, do we have ABC? Because after hash everything is what? Comment. Do we have ABC here? Yes, we have ABC. Okay, so let's keep this as ABCD. Now what we are getting? Name error. Before this also we are getting what? Name error. Name ABC is not defined. We don't have ABC here, right? Because also you see, focus here, ABC123, it is not considering this percentage, right? It is not considering this percentage because percentage has a particular meaning here. It has a separate meaning here. That percentage here, we know this is percentage. In Python program, what we are calling this as modulus. Okay, we are calling this as modulus. And PVM is considering up to 123 value or up to 123 character. ABC 123 is not defined, it is saying, and PVM is considering this is as our operator. Are you getting it? So that's why ABC 123 is being considered as the name error, and this percentage is a modulus in Python, that is PVM is considering this as operator. Okay, that's why it is not getting implemented or not getting included inside this. Similarly here also ABCD is one of the variable name. PVM is considering ABCD as a variable name, and hash is used for what? Commenting. So whatever we are writing after hash, PVM is not checking those things. Okay, PVM is not checking those things. Only PVM is checking what? A, B, C, D. Just like how PVM does here. Are you getting it? Fine, simple it is. So this is management of how PVM, how it works. Even though it is reading line by line of, also it is vertically, if you also see, it is reading line by line of words. Not, you cannot say line by line, you say one by one it is reading. Okay, one by one it is reading. Examples you can say, these are our examples. Now except underscore says that we can use underscore, right? We can use underscore. So let me go for something. Uh, Now, let's go for similarly the combination of alphabets, number, and underscore we can use. Special character only we can use is underscore here, right? So underscore, if you are writing 29, that that is also possible. Now if you check, 29 is getting stored or being or we can say 20 underscore is storing what, 29. Okay, 29. And if I write now 10 plus 20, 10 plus 20, now if I write underscore, tell me now. 29 or 30? 30. Why? What we are getting? Why? It's a one kind of a variable, and pvm is taking this as a variable, constant variable, right? Constant variable. Until we change the value here, pvm is not going to change anything of this. Okay, it depends on the programmer. If we change the value of underscore, now let's suppose 30, it is changing the value. Until the user or the programmer user, application user changes the value, pvm is not going to change value of underscore. Even though we are writing anything like 10 plus 20, now also underscore is what, 30 of this, not of this. Okay, so this is one example. Next is keywords. Everyone knows keywords. Keywords are something which are reserved word. Okay, reserved word. For example, your name. Can you change your name? Can you change your name now? No. If it is possible, also you have to follow some protocols, government protocols, right? Right. For now, can you change your name? No. So your name is kind of a keyword. For you it is a keyword, right, which cannot be changed. It is a reserved word. That means your name has been reserved, right? Simple. This bottle, can you call it as a fan? This bottle is a bottle. So for this, bottle is a keyword, and that is reserved. We cannot change it, right? You can give some pet name like this is your bablu tablu, whatever it is, right? But generally we are calling this as what, bottle, right? Similarly, keywords are a reserved word. Keywords are reserved word. Okay, keywords are reserved word, and uh, cannot be used as variable names. You getting it? As they have separate meaning. Okay, they have separate meaning for python console. Okay, for example, for example, let's suppose one of the keyword. Okay, if you check here, let's go to python keywords. Okay, if you check any of these 33 keywords, out of this, if you check here, false, true, none, these, def, del, else, break, class, continue, if, for, from, global, import, lambda, non-local, these are what, keywords. Okay, and in python these are having some reserved meaning, has a separate meaning. We cannot change it, right? We cannot change it, we cannot modify it. Even though we are writing Okay, let me give you one example. If is a keyword, right? In Python or in any programming language, if is a keyword, and what rule says we cannot use any keyword as our variable name. So if I'm writing if is equals to 20, what we are getting? Syntax error. What it is saying? Invalid syntax. Similarly, if I write else is equals to 20, what we are getting? For is equals to 20. Every time we are getting syntax, that means we whatever the reserved words we have, we cannot use as our. Some are possible, okay, some are possible. See, while also we are not. Okay, now tell me int is equals to 30. Now tell me int, one of the data type we have. Int is one of the data type. Is it possible? Yes or no? Yes, sure. Okay, it is possible because in Python integer considered as data type. Okay, and as Python is one of the dynamically typed language, it is not saying that Python this variable or this value belongs to integer. It is saying that int is one of the variable here, not a data type. So PVM will consider this int as the variable or the variable name, right? Similarly, if I go for float is equals to 40. Okay, whatever the data type we have, complex is equals to 40, is being executed, right? Similarly, if I go for def, okay, now def is equals to 40. Function, to define the function we use def keyword, and this is also a keyword. Is it possible? What we are getting? Syntax error. So every time whenever we use any kind of keyword as our variable name, definitely 101% we will get error. Okay, so the rule says we should not use any keyword as our variable name. Okay, so let me write this. Also in Python also we have something like if else. Okay, are you ready to answer wrong one more time? Tell me what should be the answer. Why? Space is what? Is it a special character? Is it a special character? Raise the hand those who said yes. Is it a special character? Those who says yes, it is a special character, raise the hand. No response. Are you getting the point? Yes or no? Okay, tell me, will we get error or what? Error? Sure. What type of error? What type of error? Name error, syntax error, value error, what? Syntax error.
Syntax error.
Okay, check it. Syntax error. What it is saying? Okay, but here space. Why it is not considering space? Those who said that space is not a special character, space is also a special character here, right? Space is also one kind of a special character because space, here space takes some memory. Okay, space takes some memory and it is kind of a value we can consider. If I take a is equals to, inside this if I take this, what it is? Space is kind of a character here, but it is a special character here. Okay, how string we have, string is a collection of characters. String is a collection of characters, But in characters, space is one kind of a character which is special here. That's why it is known as special character. So space is also considered as special character, and we should not use space whenever we are declaring any variable. Right? Simple it is. Fine. So keywords we cannot use. Keywords are a reserved word. Okay, and cannot be used as a variable names, as they have separate meaning for the Python console. Getting my point? Any doubt? So shall I ask the question individually? Yes or no? No. It would be time waste if I ask question, right? So at last I will ask the question. Okay? Fine. This is one thing. So, rule 1 says what? Rule 1 says what? Variable name is the combination of alphabets. It should be the collection of alphabets, digits, and underscore. Second says what? Special symbols other than underscores are not allowed. Third says what? Keywords are keywords. We should not use keyword as a variable name, right? As keyword is what? Keywords are reserved word and has a separate meaning. Okay, has a separate meaning. But integer, float, data types, especially data types, you can use. Okay. Also, one more we have. One more we have. That is, as Python. Python is a case sensitive language. Okay, as Python is a case sensitive language, we must declare the variable with different meaning, or we can say different cases. Okay, different cases. Why I'm saying this? Because, or I can say, variables with different with different casing are treated treated distinctly. Okay, so I can say distinct treated distinct differently, it is going to treat itself. Okay, so for example, let's suppose you are writing name is equals to, I will take something like Raj. Okay, and I will take same name is equals to, I will take something like Python. Then I will take name name is equals to something like Java. Then I will take name is equals to C++. Okay, is equals to something like, I will take C sharp. Okay, C sharp. Now, if I print name, what it is going to call? Python. As Python is a case sensitive language, whenever we are declaring the variable name, the name should not match with the other declaration. Okay, as name is one of the different variable here. This name is a different variable storing different value, right? So whenever we are calling the different name, it is getting called like this. Okay, next if I write name has separate value. Okay, so it is going to call this. Yes, and if I write name, it is going to call C++. So Python is what? a case sensitive language, and we must use the name of the variable separately, or we can say distinct, differently, okay, with the other variables. Getting my point? So I can consider this as the example. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Okay. So this is about the rule 4. And rule 5, that is not, I should not say it is a rule 5, it is a recommendation that for a variable name, always use efficient and uh, small name. When I say small name, that means, let's suppose user want to add, or the programmer wants to insert the value of employee. So employee salary I will write. So employee salary of, let's suppose, May month. Okay, salary of May month is equals to, I will write something like 20,000 or 2 lakh. Okay, 2 lakh. Is it efficient to write it like this much longer variable? No, because it is also taking some bit of uh, time, right? So instead of this, I can easily go for emp underscore salary underscore May is equals to, which one is better? Second one, because it is also reducing the code complexity. By seeing this, anyone can get confused, and by seeing this, now it is simple to understand. As well as, if you check here, it is also taking less time to write, right? Less time to read, less time to write. So this is the recommendation, I can say, for a variable name, always use efficient and small name. Okay, simple. So these are such rules to follow in while declaring the variables, declaring the variables. Okay, examples. This is all about variables. This is all about the declaration of variables. Did you get this? Simple it is, easy to understand, right? Next, third topic, that is data types. Okay, third topic, that is data type. I will keep it separate. So I will write data types in, yes. We will go for initially, okay. In Python, we have 14 types of 14 types of data types. Okay, and has been classified classified into 6 categories. Okay, has been classified into 6 categories. I will write they are okay. First, and this is important, focus here now. First, that is data fundamental fundamental category data types. This is first one. Okay. Second one, I will tell you the sub data types of this. Okay. Second one is sequential. Sequential. hmm, Category data type. Next is third one, that is list. List category data types. Fourth one, that is dict category. Sorry, set category data type. Okay. And then fifth one, that is dict category data types. And last one, that is the sixth one, is none category data type. How many categories? Six categories. Inside these six categories, we have some data types. Okay. First, I will start with first. For fundamental data types, I have initially integer data. Okay, integer data type. So first data type is what? Integer. Second one in fundamental, that is float. Third one, third one, that is boolean. Okay, and the fourth one is complex. How many fundamental data types? Four fundamental. What are they? Integer, float, boolean, complex. Great. Next is sequential. In sequential, okay, one more announcement. Today we are going to end up our enrollment. Okay. So from tomorrow onwards, the link is going to be changed, as well as classroom student. Once you get enrolled, then only you will be allowed to enter in the classroom. Okay. So better to enroll as soon as possible today, and from tomorrow onwards go smoother. Fine. And online, you guys also, if possible, then come down here and enroll yourself. Pay cash if it is possible, and for offline, pay in cash only. Got it? Okay. Sequential category. In sequential category, we have str. What is str? String here. Okay. String. Second one, that is bytes. Okay. That is what? Bytes. Third one, byte array. And last one, that is fourth one, is range. Okay. Range. So how many total? Four here, four here. Total we have eight now. So out of this, among these two, we have integer, float, boolean, complex. Of fundamental, str, bytes, byte array, and range of sequential. Okay. Next is list category. Inside this list category, we have one data type called list, and second data type is called tuple. Okay. Next, set. Inside this set, we have set itself. Okay. And second one is frozen set. What we have? Frozen set. In dictionary itself, we have only one, that is dict category, dict data type, and in none category, we only have one, that is none. None. So total how many data types? 14 data types. Spell it out. First is fundamental data types. Inside this, what we have? Integer, float, boolean, complex. Then we have sequential data type. In sequential data type, what we have? String, bytes, byte array, range. In list category, we have list and tuple. Next is set category. In set category, how many we have? Two, set and frozen set. For dictionary, and for none, none. Total count it how many it is? Okay, 4 and 4, 8 to 10 to 12, and this to 14. This 14 data type has been classified into 6 categories. They are fundamental, sequential, list, set, dictionary. Okay. And this list category is also known as collection data type. Collection data types. Similarly, if I talk about this also, set is also kind of a collection, and dictionary also kind of a collection data types. Because why we are calling this as collection data types? Because internally it has multiple values. It can store what? Multiple values. The collection of the values. Are you getting it? Simple it is, right? So from tomorrow onwards, we will start one by one fundamental, sequential, list, and rest of the thing. Okay, that should be it. I'm stopping it here. Okay, and if you have any kind of doubt, you can ask me now. Online, offline, both. Online, offline, both. Yes. Do you have any question? Offline. Okay. Yes. Hmm. Now tell me, how many data types? 14. What are they? Only see me. Ah. What are they? Of what category? Fundamental. Sequential? Range. Okay. Next. List. Okay. Next. Set. Set and frozen set. Next. Dictionary. Inside dictionary, only dict. And last one is none. So 6 categories, 14 data types. Okay. Once we complete this integer, float, the data types fundamental, we will see how to typecast it. Okay. Once we comes to sequential data, I will tell you how to typecast anything. Okay. Typecast is nothing but to converting one type of data into another type of data. Okay. That should be it. So see you tomorrow. Please enroll yourself as soon as possible. Online, offline, both. Okay. Shall we stop it here? Yes. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye bye. Take care and keep practicing.